Hello, I'm Seth Johnson with Land the House. So I had a video request recently, which is pretty cool. I like doing those. And that was to take a step back from all these little projects and actually take a look at the big picture of the property and what's been done over the past 2 years. It's kind of hard to believe it's been that long. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got the GoPro on a stick here, and I'm just going to walk around and take a look at pictures or projects. And then I think at the end of the video I'm going to do a total walk around of the property. So hope you enjoy. So this is the GoPro, so the audio is always kind of poor. So the tiny house kind of takes care of itself in videos because there's 2 a week. So I'm just going to kind of let that be alone there. So let's start with the water tower. I left water in the tower and a couple parts froze and fell off. So let's see, this one being the main one here, it belongs up here, and it just kind of pulled itself out with the ice. So the tower right now isn't doing much, and I'm actually going to be building a better one over in the garden spot. So let's walk down here to my storage building. So my storage building is a camouflage tarp, and it houses the lawnmower. So one day I'll have an actual shed for that to go in. So nothing too fancy on that. Now let's walk down and take a look at some stuff happening with the Flume. So 2 years ago I had the bright idea that I needed to make a dam, and that was one of my worst ideas ever. So I have plans for removing all this junk. I'm just going to break up the concrete and then hopefully be able to get these out of here without too much problem. So it's going to be kind of hard to hear me, I imagine, with this water, but the Flume needs to have more concrete put down at the base of each of the legs. And then I'm kind of working on an Archimedes turbine and attempting a base, but it's not doing so well. The Flume seems to be doing all right. Now the intake has been kind of a problem. Just needs some work done on it, because all this water coming from here is leaking around the dam. Now this side is just a couple of springs on the property, but so this way. Oh, and also all that is leaking out as well. So there's a lot more potential than what's here, and I'll show you what I mean. I've been seeing a lot of snakes around here. See if we find one today. Oh, so the intake of my ram pump will need to be fixed. Just need to get a lot more rubber, and then I'm going to put blocks up under here to kind of get this pushed up, and it just backs up the water a little, enough to pour into here. And so that's going to be a project in the future. Should be pretty cool. I've been pretty impressed with the Flume. It's really turned out well. But I mean, you can see an incredible amount of loss here under the dam, and under there, back over there. So I'm probably going to end up digging out a significant portion of this, and then digging down here and putting hydraulic cement in here to keep it from escaping. So coming back up from the water, I've got a number of blocks left from building the tiny house. I may use these for a goat lean-to or a lawnmower shed or something. Who knows? Let's see, here's a little bridge that was built. Still holding up well. Here's my poison ivy field. I'm going to be weed eating that today. Now, I have plans for putting some of those guardrail metal M shapes in the road, because when it rains, a lot of water comes down, and it always goes this side and puddles up right down in there, and it just doesn't do too well. It even makes it up to the road there. So what I hope to do is divert half the hill's water into this side, let it go under here, and then back to the creek. So you'll probably be seeing that fairly soon. So, considering the garden spot, it's really starting to look nice. I've got most of the trees cut out that I want to cut out. And so I hope to have a 50 by 50 foot garden space. And that'll be around the compost. There'll be a water tower, grapevines, just all that good stuff. Then, on the back two sides toward the woods, I hope to have goats and chickens. So they'll hopefully be able to take care of a lot of the back of the garden and keep things from, like, bugs from coming in. So I had a nice burn pile here. Got rid of lots of cut trees. Here's the garden. Not too hot because I've not been able to fertilize, but I've got peas and beans, lots of potatoes. Let's see what else is in there. I see some, I think those are cucumbers maybe coming up. Anyway, so that's that. Now the compost tumbler, the lid is not on there too awesome, and some wasps are getting in. So I need to find some way of keeping those out. More of the garden space outside my little fence here. We'll see how well that does. Planted something I never tried before, and that is garlic. So you can see it's coming up there pretty good. There's lots of it. So I'm going to be weed eating this today, but the grapevine, one of them's doing nice. The other one, I don't know what it's doing. It looks kind of dead. Trellis is doing really well. Of course, there's no weight on it yet. I may have to come back and put some dog ties back here to hold this back if it gets too heavy. Well, here's the first mention of a project you've never heard about. So I intend to put a driveway in here. We're at the garden spot. So driveway in here. It's going to come up this way. And come through, let's see, where's my little trail? Okay. So yeah, this general area will be the driveway space. I've been talking a lot about the tiny house, which is going to be kind of a man cave, I have a feeling. But, so I'll be clearing this little road off here. And it's going to open up. Spiders. Yeah. So, opens up into a clearing space up here. And this is where the actual house is going to go. Ugh. Spiders everywhere. So, it's kind of hard to tell with all these little tulip poplars here, but so, future home spot. It's close enough to the creek down there that I can start pulling up some water for flowers and stuff, and I have to use well water. So, Yeah, it'll just be... I'm getting stuck by spiders. Lots of them. Okay, so yeah, in here, and then the other side of the driveway will come out here. Like that. So I don't exactly know the timeline just yet for all that, but I'm sure you'll be brought along for it when it happens. So I'm just going to point this out, that this hill up here is where I have done most of my ram pump testing. Just this little section in here. So let me go over here and show you Homeboy's place. He has really been working hard, and I've really not shown it to you since a long time ago. I mean, he and his brother have built houses and done landscaping, so he's really been working hard over here. I apologize for the wind noise. So he's got a tool shed here, and this is Homeboy's house, and there's his gazebo, and then Homeboy's brother's house is the far one over there behind the gazebo. And he keeps a lot of this on my side mowed for me, which is really cool. And he's been cleaning out the ponds a little bit. He has tractors, so it really helps him do a lot of stuff. But yeah, so he's really made things look nice over here. He's got a sprinkler system going for all of his grass and his fruit trees. So it's nice. Well, that's just kind of a step back to look at some of the stuff that I've done over the past 2 years. It doesn't look like much, and it probably isn't, but I've really enjoyed bringing you along for all the projects.